thank God it's working. Hello, everyone. I don't know who's here because I can't see, but I am sorry that I was late. Um, my kids were having a little bit of a tough time today, but I'm here. That's all that matters, right? I am so, I don't want to say nervous for doing this, you guys, but um, I'm very, I just want to make sure that you guys keep an open mind on the stuff that I'm going to be talking about. Um, and I will talk about all that once I play the intro. So hold on. Let's play the intro real quick, okay? Y'all know we got to do that. If I can find it. Okay. Okay. So before I start this, I'm not trying to make a big deal out of this or anything like that. If you are religious, please say a prayer for yourself or whatever. Um, because I don't want to say that I am a full blown conspiracy theorist, but what I will say is I am very much a person that has an open mind, and I believe in a lot of things that a majority think is crazy. And I see a lot of things that the a person who isn't a conspiracy theorist, I'm not a full blown conspiracy theorist, but I am. And a person who's watching things may not notice these things because that's the way the world works. We're not supposed to notice these things. And that's why they all call us conspiracy theorists crazy, because most people turn a blind eye and everything is in front of you. Everything is in front of you in plain sight. But if you're not open minded enough, you're not going to see it. Okay. So when I first seen the whole thing with Travis Scott and Astroworld and the tragedy, I was actually coming from Pittsburgh. It was very nice. The hotel was beautiful. I had to end up removing the video, but I'm going to put it back up. But it was nice and a getaway. So when I came home, we all, like, when tragedy happens, we all know what we were doing when it happened, right? Like, I remember exactly what the hell I was doing when 9/11 happened. I know what I was doing. I'll never forget what I was doing. Um, and I remember what I was doing because when we came home, I'm like, I go on YouTube and I'm seeing everyone saying rest in peace, to the people who lost their lives. I'm like, what? Me and my babe were literally sitting there like, what the hell is going on? And then you watch it and the whole thing is just heartbreaking. Heartbreaking. Now it's not only 8 lives lost, but just today, recently, there's another life lost. And I will talk about her in a minute. But there are so many things that I want to say, and I'm sure I'm not going to be able to say it all on this live. So it'll probably be a part 2, part 3, a part 4. I am going to put some links in the description for sure, because there are going to be some people that I'm going to be playing for you guys that you might not have ever heard of before. One of whom that I'm a really, two actually, who I am very, very big supporters of, and I absolutely adore them, and they are conspiracy theorists as well. And the reason why I say I'm not a full-blown conspiracy theorist is because there's just still so much that I don't know, but I learn every single day. I learn new things every single day being a conspiracy theorist and having an open mind. So all I ask from you guys, if you are not religious or whatever the situation is, I just ask that you take this all with an open mind. I don't believe in hard core theories or that everything is set up. However, I think this is evil. I think the best may have contributed. Absolutely. Yes, I would definitely call myself a hardcore conspiracy theorist. But I can't say I'm a full-blown one because, like I said, I have so much to learn when it comes to this. So, first off, I want to say rest in peace to all of the lives lost from this, from the Astroworld tragedy. My heart and prayers go out to, literally, my heart is broken because you have to look at it like all these kids were doing was just going to a concert and to enjoy themselves. And they literally, some lives were lost, and it's really, really sad. And recently, I think this was a couple hours ago, I don't want to butcher her name, but I think her name is Bahardi Shahani. Bahardi Shahani. And she recently passed away. She was brain dead. And she recently passed away, I think about 6 or 7 hours ago. And God bless her. God bless her parents. It's just, I cannot believe this is happening. I can't believe this is happening. But anyway, okay, so you guys, hold on a second. I gotta come on camera for this. Don't mind the way I look because it's been a rough day. Okay. We are in a spiritual battle. This whole world is in a spiritual battle, and it's been like this obviously for a long time, but it's getting worse. It's getting worse. Whether you're religious, spiritual, whatever it is that you are, we are in a battle right now. And to be honest with you, the Travis Scott Astroworld Festival is, to me, just the beginning. And it is also something that, it's sad to say that it's just the beginning, but this is just the beginning. And it is something that I obviously don't think was intentionally done. But when you play with the dark side, these things happen. And Travis Scott has a history of playing with the dark side. And when you play with the dark side, eventually it's going to blow up in your face. And this is what happened. This is the aftermath of everything that Travis Scott has manifested and practiced throughout his music career. Now, first of all, how we're going to start off and say Travis Scott was literally forced on us. Damn hair. He was literally forced on us. His music was literally paid for by his managers to be streamed. And he literally just came up out of nowhere, right? He literally just came up out of nowhere. And we have watched him grow, and now, he's with the Kardashian that says enough already. And we've watched him grow. He has a daughter. He has another little daughter on the way. But the thing is that Travis Scott has always been very dark and very almost, I don't want to say evil, because I don't know, I can't say that it's my place to say that in a certain aspect, but I will say that you can tell that he believes in the dark side. Like, that's what he immersed himself in. That's what he chose to practice. And it's very apparent in his videos. It's very apparent in the things that he has done. He has blatantly told his fans to pretty much do what you want, right? Do what you want, which is Aleister Crowley, do what thou wilt. And that is what Aleister Crowley is known for. His law was do whatever the fuck you want, okay? And I feel like that is what Travis Scott has done to his fans. I think the biggest problem here that bothers me most of all is our youth, because I do not like the fact, I don't like it. It bothers me so much, more than anything else, how celebrities are like gods to our youth. They are put up on this pedestal like they are the end of all be all. They are the masters of the universe. They are, what they say is what goes. I don't like the way our youth idolizes celebrities, like to a point where it's almost, it's really bad. It's really, really bad, because you have to think about so many aspects of what happened before this concert and what they obviously should have kept in mind, which is, one, our kids have been locked up. We've all been locked up for how many years? It feels like we were locked up for 10 years, right? And our kids, no communication, no fun. They weren't able to do anything, right? And then you have literally 50,000 people, and I don't care what they say, it was way more than 50,000 people, literally trampling over security guards. They didn't have enough medical personnel. They didn't obviously have enough security guards. But the point is that all you have to do is look at the way that they were acting. They were literally running in there as like they literally had never seen a celebrity before. Maybe some of them haven't, but it was like literally ready to kill each other just to be in the front, to be close to Travis Scott. And it really bothers me how much these young kids idolize celebrities so much. It's like they think that they're normal people just like you and me. These are the things that I tell my son, okay? Because even my 5-year-old who's obsessed with John Cena, I tell him all the time, John Cena is still just a regular person, okay? My 11-year-old, he likes Travis Scott. As a matter of fact, my 5-year-old loves Travis Scott. I don't let him listen to his music. But he would listen to the edited version of Goosebumps. I actually liked Travis Scott. But the point is that I'm always making sure and instilling in my kids' brains that celebrities are just normal people, just like you and me. If I seen Beyonce today, okay, I might, I might get a little bit excited. I'm not going to lie, but I'm not going to, if I'm at a concert and I want to go to a Beyonce concert, if I'm at a Beyonce concert and we're all standing, and it's at a festival or something, I'm not going to run over my fellow man or girl or whatever to get to Beyonce. These kids were literally trampling over each other just to be close to Travis Scott. Now, Travis Scott is a rager, okay? Let's not forget this. And let's not act like brand new, like he's not. And let's not act like there are other celebrity or other artists, music artists, rap artists, alternative metal, heavy metal, whatever. And I like all of that music. They rage. And to be honest with you, it's actually pretty awesome because I'm not going to lie. I like it. I like to watch it. What I loved about Travis Scott is how he does get his crowd hype. It is actually a very, very amazing thing to watch. It really is. I like seeing people rage, obviously, if you're doing it safely. This all started, this is obviously not Travis Scott's first rodeo. And that's what I say. When you play with the dark side, it's going to blow up in your face. And I seriously think that Travis Scott did not consciously do this on purpose. However, there are some things that are his fault. But I think him playing with black magic and things like that, I think he was literally in shock. He's standing there watching a child or a kid who fainted. And a lot of people are painting him. At first, when this first came out, people weren't showing the fact that he did pause the show, okay, to like when he's seen the first person that fainted, he did pause the show. Once he's seen that second person fainted, the show should have ended. Period. But it didn't. And all of that lies on Travis Scott. And then when you think about all of these people who have lost their lives, then obviously they're going to dig up his past. And his past is not good. He's been arrested for encouraging his audience to jump a kid for taking his shoe. He literally stopped the show for that, though. He encouraged a young man to dive, obviously, when you dive into the audience. Well, he was on a balcony, and I'm sure you guys have all heard, he encouraged this young man to dive into the audience, and this man is paralyzed now. Somebody pushed him off the balcony. He was on a balcony, up on a balcony, and Travis Scott, which I'll show you guys, Travis Scott's like, I see you up there, but are you going to do it? Travis Scott really encouraged his fans to just be crazy, to let loose, make the floor shake, okay? And I don't understand, and there are so many things that I want to know when I just don't understand how he could not look at that audience and have it register in his brain. It's probably not a good idea to encourage them to rage, because guess what? There are people literally on top of each other, literally cannot move, and you're encouraging them to make the floor shake. It is devastating to watch. And I don't know if you guys have watched the whole concert. It was really hard. I didn't watch the whole entire thing, but it's devastating to watch. Like the screams were just horrible. And literally there's so many people that are saying these kids literally saying they felt like they were in hell. but not just because of the way it was hot and you had the flames and all the symbolism, which I will show you, not just because of that, but also because there was a dark energy there. A lot of people were complaining about it. It was very dark. It was very, yes, he was definitely sorry, I say that wrong. Channeling negative energy. Absolutely, Dom. But a lot of kids were saying there was a lot of dark energy. So I want to start off by telling you guys this. Travis Scott was warned prior to the show. There was a sheriff or a police officer that came to him prior to the show and said, I don't like the energy of this crowd. Something's not right. And of course, Travis Scott brushed it off. I want to know what there were two, I don't know, maybe his entourage, two people that came up there and told Travis Scott something, and he shoot him away. Like, yeah, okay. Like he wasn't even paying attention to them. Travis Scott and Kylie Jenner, all of their stories is they did not know of the fatalities until they left. I don't think I believe that. I don't understand. You know, Kylie Jenner, she posted an Instagram story and she took a picture of the audience, and there's an ambulance truck right there. How could you not know that there was something going on? Travis Scott went to Dave and Buster's. Him and his baby mama, Kylie Jenner, went to Dave and Buster's, and then he got the news there. And I guess immediately when he got the news, he left. And he did apologize. Travis Scott did apologize. And I watched the apology video. To me, in that apology video, a lot of people are talking about it. And being an empath, I try to be empathetic. I try to look at it from, I try to empathize, but he looks very detached, like very emotionless, like very like, it doesn't seem as though he cares. Is he at the hospital with the 10-year-old who literally had to be put in a coma because of all of his injuries, damage to his kidneys, damage to his liver? Now, first of all, let's break this down. In no way, shape, or form do I agree with a 10-year-old being at a Travis Scott concert. I understand that his dad probably didn't even want to say no to the kid. I understand that's his kid. It's hard, but that's not a place for a 10-year-old. It's just not. However, he was there and now he's injured. So yeah. Is he up at the hospital giving his help or whatever? I know he offered to help with, the funeral costs and stuff like that. There are so many lawsuits. I don't know how Travis Scott's going to come back from this. I just don't. I don't know, because there are so many lawsuits, and these attorneys, they seek out, I guarantee you half these people didn't even go find an attorney. These attorneys found them. Okay. They know that it's a payout. Will Travis Scott, and I am going to open up the panel a little bit sooner than usual, will Travis Scott come back from this? Now, he did obviously collab with Live Nation. No. Live Nation is not going to take a dent from this. Live Nation is a multi-billion-dollar company. It's not going to happen. Drake also is being sued. And they said that the crowd didn't get really, really hype until Drake got on stage. So I want to talk to you guys a little bit about the symbolism, and then I'm going to open the panel to get you guys' opinion. I don't want this to be a really long live. Like I said, I'm going to try to break this down as much as I possibly can into parts, but I do want, Sorry, I'm not reading comments, you guys, but I will read the comments. Travis may be arrested for inciting a riot again. Yes, I'm pretty sure that's what's going to happen, but I want to talk to you guys about somebody that I watch who is absolutely amazing. And his name is Isaac, and I cannot pronounce his last name. It starts with a W. He is a conspiracy theorist, and he breaks down every single thing. And there are some things that he said that I want to bring to you guys' attention. There are a lot of people, you know, when they first came to the concert, that noticed a dove on fire. Obviously, we know that that is very demonic. Okay. The slogan, or whatever you want to call it, for this Astroworld was "See you on the other side." Also, which I'm sure that you guys seen already because my son showed it to me. Well, actually, he showed it to Terrell, and then Terrell showed it to me. The Simpsons predicted this. How is it that the fucking Simpsons predict fucking everything? How is it? Like, I'm telling you, something ain't right with the Simpsons, okay? Or Family Guy. But I'm going to bring up Isaac, and I want you guys to listen to something real quick. So let me share my screen. My mouse is not working. Trust me. People of Houston are not letting this go. I emailed her with the video of one of our HBD dropping Brittany on her head. Oh my gosh, yes, I seen that. Stimulations. What the hell was the two things walking on the mountain? That's what we're gonna get to that. We are going to get to that. Hold on, I'm gonna bring it up. Like I said, I'm gonna read comments, and let me pull this up real quick. Share my screen. My mouse is broken. I don't know what the hell's wrong with it, and it just makes it just so hard. So I want to see something real quick. Okay. Let me see. I want to make sure it works, so I got to pull this up. I hope you guys are having a good Thursday. I miss you guys so much. I really do. Okay. Now, let me make sure this is going to come up. Okay. I am going to bring it on here real quick. Make sure that comes up. Okay, so I want you guys to listen to part of this. And I'm going to turn it up a little bit. And the name of this website, I will link it, I promise. This is called the IlluminatiWatcher.com. This man is amazing. He's also on Instagram. I will link his Instagram. I will link this because I watch him a lot, and I've learned a lot of symbolism because of him. But there's specific parts that I would like for you guys to listen to, okay? So I'm going to play this part that I put on pause.
Right now, for this exact show, you'll see some strange symbols on the artwork promoting the show. You'll see hands with the all-seeing eyes inside the hands. This is the all-seeing eye is, of course, the third eye, the pineal gland, which fits into the idea of the human blood sacrifice, which we're going to cover here very, very soon. All right, let me get through a couple things, and then we'll get into the sacrifice. So keep that in the back pocket. You got these all-seeing eyes on the logo. Then you've got some text scrawled on the side. It says,
"Thank you, Goose. I appreciate you." Why is it hopped? Why is it hopped? Yes. Thank you, Goose.
"See you on the other side." And the other side is a Kabbalistic reference to the other side of the tree of life, which is where the Qlipoth reside, the dark demonic forces. the inverted reality, the other dimension.
Okay, so what he's talking about is how pretty much that's the gist of the show. See you on the other side. It's just so eerie. You guys, I don't believe in coincidences. Okay, maybe one. Probably not. There are too many to ignore. And what he's saying is that obviously it's demonic, and I'll let him finish. Hold on.
Or you could just say, well, see you on the other side means you're about to enter a new realm, a new territory. And you can actually see this was actually on the stage as well. It said see ya on the other side, spelled Y-A. Whereas on the festival's website, it's Y-O-U, see you on the other side. Minor difference. A shout out to Alt Daz on Twitter. Alt Daz says he's leaving Twitter. I don't know. Keeps saying he's going to do it. I haven't seen him do it yet. Just anyway, yeah, shout out Alt Daz on Twitter. Now, and you could argue that this is about the change of perspective, which is what the initiates must go through. A ritual, literally, kind of like what Alice in Wonderland goes through. She goes through the looking glass. She goes underground. She falls down the rabbit hole, and everything's a change of perspective. So when it says see you on the other side, that could exactly be what's happening here. Now, should you doubt, should you think, Isaac, you're being crazy, bro. On the same Astroworld artwork, you'll see the phrase, open your eyes to a whole new universe. And should you still have doubts, my friends, the graphic, and you got to see these images on my Instagram. I'm telling you, to see it is to believe it, because it all makes sense when you put it into this context. There's a graphic shown of a person walking through a doorway or a portal into this new reality, into this new realm. And when
I'm not sure if that's who you were talking about, their terms of service, but that's really what see you on the other side means, going into another dimension. And when you practice these kinds of things, it is a ritual. I believe that Travis Scott was obviously doing something very demonic and it was a ritual. I just don't think he thought that it would go that far. I think he was almost in shock that it actually went where it went. Because obviously, when you get away with things for so long, and you're practicing things, obviously he's done something, right? Because these kids idolize him like he's a god, and that's what they want. That's what they want. That's why they do rituals. That's why people idolize Beyonce. That's why people idolize Jay-Z. That's why a lot of people idolize these celebrities. A majority of them are pretty much cursed in so many words. Okay? I really do think that in a lot of ways Travis Scott was shocked over some of the things that happened, but I also think that the fault lies with him. There is so much he could have done, and he chose not to. And just like I'm going to show you guys how, what's so weird to me is I even think Travis Scott was possessed, but that's my opinion. And that's fine. You can respectfully disagree. That's fine. A lot of people can respectfully disagree with me. Everybody looks at things in a different way. And I'm going to open up the panel if you want to come on panel, because I would love to hear your thoughts if you want. But that's my opinion, and we're all entitled to it. Escape plan wrapped about opening gates. He is 100% part of these rituals and knows what's up. Travis was screaming during the first song several times. And there was a noise too. You guys, there was a noise that people were complaining about. Let me let this finish and then we'll talk about that. Hold on. I want for you guys to hear the rest of what Isaac has to say.
What do you call it? the concert goers, when they arrive on the grounds to Astroworld, they walk through a skull. It's the skull of Travis Scott. But this is a Freemasonic idea. You face death. That's what the rituals usually are, is you face death so that you can be spiritually reborn into something else. So you walk through the skull to get into Astroworld. And it tells you all on the logos for the show what's happening.
I mean, do you guys think it's a coincidence that he called it Astroworld or no? All these things are just coincidences. You know, all of these are just coincidence. No, not in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel like all of these things just happen and it's like, oh, how did that happen? No, that's not how life works. It's just not.
And those hands with the all-seeing eyes inside of them, they are over top of a pyramid that looks exactly like Chichen Itza in Mexico, this sacrificial temple.
There is a sacrificial temple in Mexico, and that's what he is talking about.
And at the top of that pyramid of the Chichen Itza, you see the spiraling of the new realm. And you see that same spiral in the O of Astroworld. The spiral represents the evolution of man, the entrance to the new dimension, the new world, which is ironically what Travis Scott is working on, is his album called Utopia, the new world. And we've talked about this so many times. The spiral shows up in many films. Interstellar is one that comes to mind immediately. The one with Leo DiCaprio, The Revenant, right? The spiral shows up as the guiding force, the guiding symbol on his journey. And here it is on the logo. Now, the history of sacrifice. Let's talk about Chichen Itza a little bit.
I agree with you, Dom. Yes, very, very low frequency. Every single person that you've seen that that talked about it, you know, said that they immediately felt a dark energy, you know, and you feel that, you know, like if you are somewhere and you just have that feeling all throughout your body that something bad's going to happen, or you're around somebody that's just a horrible person or has really dark energy or low vibrations, all those kinds of things. You just know. And even with, and I'm going to pull him up if I can find him, but he was probably one of the first people who talked about what happened at Astroworld. And he's actually a rapper. And when he was talking about this, he basically told his experience, and he's like, literally, I felt like I was in hell. You know, he's pulling these people, trying to save and help people. You had paramedics doing CPR on people that had a pulse. Like, it was just complete and utter chaos. All because these children, kids just wanted to have fun. Obviously, there were grown people there as well. But I'm just saying that these things should have been taken into consideration all prior before. Like, what kind of fucking planning did they do? Do you know that these kids have been locked up? And of course you should anticipate that these kids are going to be crazy. Like, duh. And there's 50,000 people, and you got Travis Scott tweeting, telling people, oh, we're still going to sneak some people in. Like, what the hell? Okay, I want to let you guys listen to one more part of this, if it lets me.
The deities. The temple was seen as an analog of a royal court, and the priest as God. And you combine that with this idea of the theory of the cardiac arrest, and maybe, right? Maybe. But Travis Scott's, they live amongst us as gods. It's
I want you guys to hear this
part. Pagan Roman it a lot. I even had a whole show talking about the allegations of him being involved in the death of XXXTentacion. Allegations, of course, my friends. And this Astroworld Festival tragedy happened just days after Samhain, a massive sacrificial night for the witches and pagans and Satanists. So, in conclusion, let's wrap it up. These celebrities, these rappers, they are the modern day gods. Right or wrong, they live amongst us as gods. It's the closest thing we have to the pagan Roman gods, right? Anything they want can happen. And to sacrifice human beings in front of the gods is very much in line with the ancient rituals, especially when you consider that they used to do these sacrifices at festivals, at celebrations. The same exact kind of location. And then you get into Fringeville, and the Aztecs would rip out the hearts of the sacrifice. And you combine that with this idea of the theory of the cardiac arrest, and maybe, right? Maybe. But Travis Scott's been plugging his new project called Utopia, which fits into this whole Illuminati agenda. In fact, his last Instagram post about this whole thing, he says, "Third annual Astroworld Fest line is now here. Welcome to Utopia. We morphed the grounds into a new universe this year. Can't wait for y'all to see it, and I'm bringing some Avengers with me." And it's curious, right? Because the utopia of the Illuminati, thought leaders, occultists, whatever you want to believe in, talking about Helena Blavatsky, Aleister Crowley, it requires blood sacrifice. It requires population reduction. And depending on whether you're reading some of these, Aldous Huxley intellectual types or your Aleister Crowley occultist types, they'll label it different ways. And some just talk about population reduction. Some talk about straight up blood sacrifice to the gods. And it all could be very well connected. So did Travis Scott, or maybe someone just involved with this, a handler, a puppet master, did they architect actual human sacrifice to the gods, to the rapper gods? I have no idea. Clearly, I have no idea. I looked at this topic, and it was a lot more. There was a lot more depth to it than I would initially think. When I wrote my hip hop conspiracy book, Sacrifice Magic Behind the Mic, back in 2014, I have a whole chapter about rappers and the blood sacrifice theory.
He is a kind of like a hip hop conspiracy theorist, but what I will tell you guys is he is absolutely amazing. And like I said, I'm going to link all of his stuff in the description, even though Goose did put the link to his YouTube. This is where it's at as far as if you are a conspiracy theorist. He is amazing, and he focuses more on the hip hop genre and just things like that. But a lot of the things that he says makes sense, and he's very educated when it comes to, dark magic, witchcraft, and things like that. So I wanted you guys to hear specific parts of that because I think I have so many questions before I can actually sit here and say that this was, purposely done. That's a big thing to say, but I'm going to come back on here. Well, I'm actually going to. All right. But what I will say is that I just don't understand why he didn't stop the show. It doesn't add up to me. The things that he had an opportunity. It was almost like he was watching it happen and chanting. I'm going to bring this up. If you get close to fire, you might just get burned. Exactly. Either way, it was extremely dark and negative. I agree. It was very dark, very negative. Oops. I gotta share my screen real quick. I want to show you guys one more thing here before I open the panel. Obviously this is just a hard thing to talk about. Like, one part here. I mean, literally, that's all anybody is talking about right now, right? There's a certain part that I want you guys to see.
Alright, if y'all see this concert and y'all don't think this is satanic and it's just artistic expression, then you are truly a dumbass. God bless you.
Does that not look like hell to you? Like, and also, why would, oh, that just looks horrible right there. What is that? Okay.
Step right up, step right up.
So at the beginning of his set, that Travis Scott came out in the likeness of a flaming angel or a bird. I don't even know what that is. Possibly.
It is
Either way, still sus because that's CERN portal. I know what I'm looking at. And I still give him the benefit of the doubt that he didn't know lace drugs were being injected or given to people at that concert. There's no way you know. A lot of those deaths could be accounted for the trampling and the suffocation when they're in those mosh pits. I always tell people, don't go to these concerts unless you're ready to fucking rage. Get your ass in a tree and hang like a fucking hang for dear life. You know what I'm saying? Like these things, these fucking concerts are fucking ragers, are fucking bangers. But I still have fun. But I can also say too that he turned on his music when someone was like straight up passed out in the middle of his set. Like someone was passed out and he turned on the music and made sure paramedics got him out before he kept going. So he was trying to do is, he was trying to make sure people were safe. He was doing his thing. I also blame security though, because when you put the barricades out behind people after they're in the front, they're trapping people. There's people trapped. There's people you know what I'm saying? They can't get out. People had to crowd surf to get out the fucking crowd. That's ridiculous. But yeah, stay safe. RIP to everyone that died.
The video of the girl going up to the cameraman with the song in the background, I just felt helpless and hopeless. Absolutely. They literally crawled like cattle. Like they literally were mobbing on top of each other just to see Travis Scott. But there is a video that I want to find. If I don't show it now, I can show it on part 2 or 3 or 4 or whatever, where he was chanting. Literally. When the ambulance was taking, like I said, frequency crowd control, test mass, as a satanic ritual. Slower song and it makes it so fucking creepy. I agree. Their terms of service. Unfortunately, that doesn't surprise me. That tends to happen with concerts where there's a bunch of graphics. Yeah.
Is that right here?
I like that a lot.
Oh my goodness. Look at all those people.
Oh, shit.
Why are those people walking up there? They were literally stacked in there. That is what I'm saying. Like, how in the hell?
So how's your day
Like,
going?
Not bad. Well,
why would you even consider even thinking that people really do believe that they only had 50,000? There was way more than 50,000 people at that concert. I don't care what they say. I'm telling you, I agree. Shut the door. I agree. I think it was intentional as well. I know people, listen, this is why I told you guys had to have an open mind. You know, I understand that it's hard to believe these kinds of things. You know, it is. It's a lot of people don't believe in conspiracy theories and all that kind of stuff. And I respectfully understand if you don't. I'm not trying to make you guys think the way I think. I like hearing other people's opinion. I like hearing difference of opinions. But I'm just going to tell you right now, to me, I don't know if somebody's pulling the strings with Travis Scott or if he's literally doing it himself. But it really did seem intentional. It really did. Now, the people above the concert is a recurring theme at the concert. Please show a picture of his shirt. I don't consider this music at all. I can't hear any raw talent under the synthesizers. Right. He could be under MK Ultra. He could be under that too. I am going to open the panel now. I'm not doing all of this in just this live, you guys. There is more to come with this. There is so much more to talk about with this concert, and there will be more, you know, and hopefully you will join. I'm not talking about certain things right now for a reason, but I will. So I'm going to, Teaya, I looked into those things and they were graphics, but if you watch the way they walked, it was literally like they were hypnotized walking into a trance. Absolutely, Goose. I 100% agree. I wish I could link the video of the huge black orb shooting into his head. It's crazy. Listen, if anybody wants to send me anything, my email, Facebook, all my social medias are on my channel about the about section. And I know it's hard to come up and share your opinion, and you do not have to come up if you don't want to, but I'm going to share this if I can, because I don't have my mouse isn't working, and I don't even know how to do this. Hold on, you guys. I definitely think that a lot of that concert was about aliens as well. Shut the door. I like your name. Okay, let me. I don't even. Oops. I can't even post the link because my stupid mouse isn't working. Stupid piece of crap. This is just ridiculous. Well, I tried, you guys. Wait, maybe? No. I don't. Can you text it to me and I'll post it? I can try to text it to you. I don't know what the hell is wrong with my mouse. It's just messed up. So let me see if I can go on StreamYard through my, go on my phone. But like I said, there's so much more to talk about with this, you guys. Let me see if I can do this. Hold on. Whoops. Drake looks stressed in that photo Kanye took. I didn't even see that photo. I don't even think I can do it. Okay, never mind. I can do it. Hey, I need to start going live on my phone more often. I don't think that's it. Well, maybe it is. Okay. Sorry about that, you guys. Hey Goose. You there?
Yeah, hold on 1 second. I'm just going to turn off the back stuff. Hold on 1 second.
Okay. Now, if anybody wants to come up, if there's anything you feel like you want to say, if you want to add to something, there will be other different parts to this, you guys. There's so much to talk about. I want to talk about the victims. I want to talk about, I want to get deeper into the symbolism. There's so much more to talk about. There's no way that I could possibly shove that all into one live. So I'm just trying to kind of talk about the things that I really, really question. You know, if there's anything that you guys need to want to add, you can come up, you can talk about it. All opinions are welcome as long as you're respectful. You don't have to be a conspiracy theorist, but like I told you guys, I want just, you have to have an open mind to listen to these things. You do. And if you can't have an open mind, yeah, right. Their terms of service is like, I'll come out. They can't come out. I wish you guys could come out. Their terms of service. I would love to hear you guys' opinion. But like I said, some people don't like coming up on panel, and that's okay. We have two Goose.
I don't know what happened.
Okay.
I got booted from one, and then I guess my twin stayed up there. So
that's okay.
So
what do you think about all of this?
Hold on, I think I'm still echoing. Just a second.
You're not echoing for me. Tia, what is your email? Seal your voice. You want my email? Okay, I'll put my email down here.
You can't hear me echoing?
Now I can hear you echoing.
Oh, okay. Hold on 1 second, because I can hear it echoing too, but I have the other video paused. So hold on.
Okay. Okay. Hold on. Anybody who wants my email, if you want to send me something, whatever, you are more than welcome to email me. Because like I said, there's just so much to cover with this. So much to cover.
Is that echoing still?
No, I don't hear any echoing.
Okay. It's weird because I can hear it.
Hey, True Crime Uncorked. Is Travis Scott playing now? No. Just borrow Andy's voice changer. Yeah.
I might go out for a little bit and then come back because I have a really, really bad echo.
Yeah, go out and come. The reason why you do is because because even though I keep removing the other one from the stream, like, look, it's
still yeah. So I'm gonna go out and then like if anything is still up there, just boot it. But I'm gonna actually just restart my phone really quick. So then hopefully that will get rid of me.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I don't understand why that's still up there. This won't. Okay. So anyway, I put my email on there for anybody that does want to email me. But there are so much there's just so much symbolism in this concert, and that's kind of what I wanted to focus on today, but I want to get more in depth with the symbolism. Hold on. Okay. So I want to talk to you guys real quick about the dove on fire. I want to get more in depth with that. Okay, so what does a dove mean to, people who are religious, spiritual, whatever? A dove meaning and its symbolism includes peace, love, devotion, navigation, messages, grace, gentleness, purity, the Holy Spirit, the human soul, and hope. Doves belong to the, I can't pronounce this, colibrid family of birds, which also includes pigeons. Okay, so I just literally told you guys what a dove symbolizes. Okay, I'm telling you what a dove symbolizes. So, in the beginning of the concert, there is a dove lit on fire, a dove that symbolizes peace and grace and gentleness and purity and all that's holy, and it's lit on fire. Okay. So I want to break down what a burning dove means, more on the dark side or whatever you want to call it. So I'm going to read this article, okay? And this is from Distractify. There are plenty of people who love watching from home as a professional athletes either fight each other or contend for yards or putting a ball through a hoop, as some fans don't really care for witnessing it in person. And there are also a lot of others who love listening to music but don't necessarily enjoy massive live crowds. Okay. However, hold on. Goose?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just waiting.
Okay. However, there are some artists who put on. Wait a minute. I lost my thought. I lost my place. Never mind. However, there are some artists who put on some impressive spectacles, like Travis Scott, but a recent concert ended in tragedy. And in the wake of the havoc in Houston that left 8 dead, correction, I'm going to put 9 because now there are 9 people. There are 9 fatalities now. The symbol of a burning dove from the Astroworld Festival concert on November 5th, 2021, is currently trending. What's the meaning behind it, though? What's the meaning behind the burning dove? An image from Travis Scott's Astroworld concert has been trending, okay? Travis Scott has been known to show off some intensely trippy graphics during his live shows. And this one image of a burning bird hovering its wings as it flaps through the sky instantly started trending online. If you're a mythology nerd or maybe just a big time X-Men comic book fan, then you'll instantly identify the bird as a phoenix. The myth of the phoenix dates back thousands of years in ancient Greek and Egyptian mythology. The bird is supposed to represent renewal, rebirth. Legend has it that there's only ever one phoenix alive at a time, and the bird has a lifespan of 500 years, or roughly one viewing of the Hobbit trilogy. Okay. When the phoenix is about to die, it builds itself a little nest and then it sets itself on fire, dying in one of the most brutal ways. The bird basically gives itself an on-land Viking burial as a huge flex against all other members of the avian species that take toucans or whatever. I can't pronounce that. Then, from the ashes of the embers created by the phoenix self-immolation, a new phoenix would be reborn and have its 500-year lifespan, and the cycle would repeat itself. And while it totally looks like that's what Travis Scott's crew put up there on the screen for the Astroworld concert, many people are saying that the trending bird on the screen is actually a burning dove and not a phoenix. The symbolism of a burning dove. Okay, so we're going to break this down a little bit. Okay, so the potential metaphor that's been trending on social media of a dove set on fire. Doves usually represent peace, love, like I said. If you're a fan of like the stylized 90s action flicks, then they simply represent John Woo. So, what could the burning dove represent? Well, it could be a way of paying tribute to the people ranging in age from 14 to 27 years old who were crushed. And I don't even want to say the rest. Um, some people are saying that the deaths combined with the burning dove were part of a satanic ritual. A lot gets blamed on the devil, even though human beings, especially those who pose as genuinely good folks, do a good enough job at screwing over fellow members of their species. However, anytime something goes wrong, there's a chance a full-blown satanic panic occurs, which is very true. Some of this is true. Remember that woman who tried to convince everyone the Monster Energy drink is attempting to convince people to worship the devil? Or how about Harry Potter, Pokemon cards? The list goes on and on. Some folks are trying to say that Travis Scott was conducting a satanic ritual and the 8 deaths that occurred during the concert were part of that ritual. Crowd surges, people getting crushed at live shows, while horrifying, are not common. This large-scale tragedy unfortunately occurred in highly publicized concerts from well-known modern artists who is known to push the envelope. So, of course, everyone is going to have that theory on why the deaths happen. Given everything that happened, it's way too weird. I agree. Ooh, y'all look at my new video. Don't forget now, November 13th, World Kindness Day. Travis was pulling an occult power, sacred geometry. You sent me an email, Michelle? Okay, let me check it. I will check it. Okay. Okay, thank you so much for sending this to me. Okay, so I'm going to try to pull this picture up real quick because I want to show you guys, because that is very telling as well. So hold on one second. No, I'm just going to send it to my computer. That's what I'll do. I'll just pull the damn thing out. I don't think I can do that. Hold on a second, you guys. No, I don't want to go out of that. Hold on, I'm going to do something real quick. I want to show you guys something real quick.
All right, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Hacking the Headlines. In today's video, we are going to be talking about what actually happened at the Travis Scott concert over the weekend. As I'm sure most of you have heard, there was a tragedy that took place where 8 people have been reported to have lost their lives. And everything that was happening just pretended like everything was fine and the concert in your last moments on earth, if that is. But can you imagine how?
Okay, you guys. So I don't know if you can see his t-shirt, but I can't pull it up on Gmail. And it's going to take too long to download, but I will try to pull this up. I'm going to download it for my next when I do part 2. But as you can see, there are blue figures walking above the concert, like Michelle says, and it's the graphic on the screens above the concert. They are walking through the door and coming out as demons. So they're walking in as blue, if you can see that blue right there. And when they go through the door, or they're going in as blue, when they go through the door, they're walking out as demons, which is very, very telling. I agree 100%, Michelle Riley. And you know what? I am going to download this because your picture is 100% clear. Thank you for sending it to me. I'm going to download this and bring it up. It was hard to find the t-shirt picture. Good luck with it, Ma. No, I'm going to download it to my computer, Michelle. Okay. But that's very telling because at the concert, everyone said when they came to that concert, they felt a dark energy, low vibrations. How could all of these things be a coincidence, you guys? Please tell me how. Like, I'm really struggling with this. But this is actually another part that I want you guys to see before we actually wrap this up. Travis had on black gloves, and a spirit came out from behind him. Really? I didn't hear anything about that part. See you on the other side. Remember that when you see this t-shirt. Yes. I'm going to do, when I do part 2, I'm going to bring that up. Thank you so much for sending that to me, Michelle. I really, really appreciate you. Hopefully, am I saying your name right? I hope I'm saying your name right. Kanye had gloves in that drunk chant video. Yeah, what is it with the gloves? And Ezra Blunt. We are going to talk about every single victim, Michelle. Trust me. Because that is very important to me. But that's not what I'm focusing on. Yes, I see it. Thank you, Goose. I don't know if I'm going to be able to put that on there, though. I'll try to send it to my computer. Let me see. Okay. I want you guys to see something real quick. And tell me what you guys, I want to know what you guys think about this, okay?
Having your last moments on earth, if that is indeed what happened to that kid. Your last moments on earth, all you can hear is the terrible auto-tune singing by Travis Scott. I mean, that's a terrible way to go. But then there's this video, which further supports my theory that he knew exactly what was going on, and this was a pre-planned event. You can hear the crowd screaming for help. They're saying, help us, help us. And Travis Scott is on stage laughing demonically. That's the only way I can describe it. Just take a look. It's a short clip, but just take a look. Okay, so they actually want us to believe that Travis Scott could not hear those desperate cries for help and people screaming for their lives.
Okay, wait a second. Now
Going
I have
on,
something
right?
to say about that. I have something to say about that. Hold on.
Just pretended, didn't know that people were in distress.
Listen, you guys, when you are on stage, you have, obviously they have special ear things, okay, in their ears where they can only hear themselves. The crowd, I don't believe that he could hear certain things in the crowd. That's one thing that I don't agree with. There's no way that he can hear, especially when they show a clip of the crowd in the back and they're saying, stop the show, stop the show. That was all the way in the back. I do not believe that Travis Scott heard that. And the reason why is because they have those ear cassettes in, whatever you call them, damn things, earphones in, and it's specifically made, molded to their ear, so they can only hear themselves and drown out the noise of the crowd and all that kind of stuff, so they can perform. So I don't know if I believe that he could hear all of the things that the crowd was saying. That's hard for me to believe. I think this was about Travis, satanic priesthood level. Bad gut feeling. For anybody who wants to send Teaya any info regarding. Thank you so much, Goose. No, there are other videos he heard then. The people backstage watching the live feed would have heard. Well, yes, the people backstage, absolutely. I mean, Travis Scott definitely needs to be doing some firing for sure, because his team, people who orchestrated the venue, everybody, like, literally is to blame for this. Okay? Everybody. It's crazy how incompetent these people were that orchestrated this whole concert. Okay? It's utterly disgusting to me how they let it get that out of control and why they let that many people in there. And to me, in my personal opinion, you guys, when you are going to a festival like that, okay, I personally think that when you're really short like that, you shouldn't, like, if you're a short person, you shouldn't go. I know that sounds crazy, but when you're short, there's only so much, you can't see hardly anything. You would literally have to be in the front to see anything. So I don't know, unless you get like front row tickets, if you're at a show like that, at a concert like that, and if you're a short person like me, where I'm only 5 foot, I wouldn't even consider going to something like that, because if I can't get front row tickets, I'm not going to see shit. Okay, I want to show you guys this part. If I can get it.
People calling for help, people needing help, and Travis Scott, who had a bird eyes view of everything that was happening, just pretended like everything was fine and the concert went on as normal. Take a look at this video where Travis Scott is kind of standing on a big platform right above the crowd, and pretty much directly below him, someone is being carried out of the crowd who is completely unconscious, or maybe even worse. Just take a look.
What the hell is he doing? Why is he standing there singing in some auto-tune shit while they're carrying out someone who is unconscious, potentially? Like, what the fuck? I'm sorry, you guys. I know it's, it's hard to watch, but like, what the fuck? I've never seen it. Why is he doing that?
Okay, so it's kind of hard for me to believe that Travis Scott could not see what was going on right right below him as someone is being carried out of the crowd unconscious. You would think he would stop the show and check out what was going on. And I mean, not to make light of the situation, but can you imagine having your last moments on Earth, if that is indeed what happened to that kid? Your last moments on Earth, all you can hear is the terrible auto-tune singing by Travis Scott. I mean,
I mean, what was he thinking? It's almost as if, you guys, that to me, he was possessed himself. Like he was completely detached from this whole situation. It's almost as like if you would have hit him upside of the motherfucking head, he still wouldn't have gotten it. Okay? How in the hell can you see something like that and not want to literally say, stop the show? Just stop the show. What in the... I have never seen anything like this before. And it's like, I want, and this is just who I am, you guys. As an empath, I want to empathize with him in some way, shape, or form. Okay? But I cannot empathize with him. Obviously, I empathize for the nine people who are no longer here. That over something that could have been 100% prevented from happening. Okay? And you're literally, I'm almost in shock myself how he is just so untouched with reality. I just don't get it. And they show other examples, you guys, of different artists, who have hype crowds just like Travis Scott. And they handle the situation so much differently than what Travis Scott did. That's why I'm saying, where is this man at? Because he is not there. It's like he's there, but he's not. Do you guys get what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? It's getting stressful now. Let me just stop this for a second. Look how still he is standing. Right, Don Neal? Like, what the hell? A lot of people think he seemed like he was on drugs. Maybe he was on drugs. Right. He was obviously possessed, in my opinion. I agree, Out of the Shadow. Like, something ain't right here. Because, like I said, it looks as though he was completely not there. Like it's like he was standing outside of himself or something. Because how can you stand there and look at that and be singing auto-tune shit? Okay, I'm sorry. Let me read some of these comments, you guys. And then we will get and talk about more of this on part 2. See, I can't even go up. Hold on, I can go up on here. I have never even considered this short thing, but now I can be more aware and more respectful if I ever go to a standing show. Exactly. I'm 55. We saw Hoser in a couple years. And a couple years ago, I had to go all the way to the back and stand on the theater seat to see the stage. That's what I'm saying. I just feel like with concerts like that, if you're really short, I just don't see the point in going because like you're not going to see anything unless you're in the front row. Question: why didn't a copy go up on that stage and tell him he's got to cut it off early? Okay. Well, their terms of service, and we'll cover that on part 2. There were 2 people that did go up there and tell him something, but we don't know what they said. And they were trying to tell him something. He just nudged them off like, okay. And then walked away and said, I want to hear the floors. I want you guys to make the floor move or what the fuck ever, So there's just so many unanswered questions that I want to know before I can actually say that it's purposely done. But something ain't right here. Like, it just, he did the robot and sang 90210 for 9 deaths. Maybe it's him. It makes me sick too, but I know what he's doing. He sold his soul. It hurts, but it's facts. And I'm sure a lot of people, like I said, please have an open mind when you watch things, when you watch these kinds of things. And, I even read something that's on a different perspective, because we all know if you don't know what satanic panic is, satanic panic is something that's happened in the 60s and 70s. When Anton LaVey, the Church of Satan, and all that kind of stuff. And if you don't know about it, definitely do your research on it. It's actually really interesting. And I think a lot of people right now, why so many people are calling a lot of these things out is because all of the symbolism, you can't ignore it. You just can't ignore it. And there's nothing wrong with educating people on your perspective, on what you see. And there are a lot of conspiracy theorists out there. And the problem is that conspiracy theorists are always labeled as, you're crazy. Yes. Or you guys think everything has to do with evil or something dark, or there's always an excuse as to why a conspiracy theorist is wrong. But guess what? That's what they want people to do. They want you to sit there in front of your TV with all their predictive programming bullshit and pretend like it's not there. That's what they want. And some people, not everyone's going to agree. Not everyone's going to have the same opinions. That's the beauty of this world. I love hearing different opinions. Not everybody's going to agree with me. But I'm just saying that it's so blatant now, you guys. These celebrities, a majority of them aren't even hiding it anymore. It's right in front of your face. It's right in front of your kid's face. And if you choose to ignore it, that's on you. But these things are not coincidences. They're just not. I don't even believe in coincidences. And to be honest with you, I stopped believing this is coincidence, that's a coincidence. I stopped that when I started opening my mind to other things. And if you really think about it, you guys, a lot of these celebrities, a lot of them consider themselves as gods. They do. They look at themselves as God. I mean, some of these celebrities, you guys, they have, oh my gosh, they have millions of dollars, but it's never enough for them. They always got to go and make it to billionaire status with freaking 15,000 bedrooms and 2,000 bathrooms. Like, it's never enough. And you should always strive to be the best you can be and do the best you can do. But what I'm saying is that these celebrities want people to look at them like they are gods. And we have our youth looking at them like they are gods. They idolize them. I mean, that concert is a perfect example of how our youth, these kids, idolize celebrities. Even that kid at the Travis Scott concert, and I think this was in 2017, who is now paralyzed because he jumped off the balcony because Travis Scott told him to. Okay. Teach your kids to be leaders. Just because Travis Scott told him to doesn't mean he had to. And that's the reality of the situation. There's some honesty for people. That is honesty for your ass. That's it. He didn't have to jump off that balcony. but he did because he idolizes Travis Scott. That is somebody that he looks up to. So he did it because it got his attention. Travis Scott's literally looking at him saying, I see you up there, but are you going to do it? Oh, don't worry. They'll catch you. They'll catch you. But they didn't. And now he's paralyzed. The fuck? Teach your kids to be leaders. These people are not people that we should be idolizing like they're gods, because they're not. They are no different than you or I. It just pisses me off. It pisses me off. It makes me so mad because there are so many people who don't know these things and don't know symbolism. And let me tell you something. You are the people that they laugh at. I'm just telling you the truth. Because it's literally right in front of your face. I'm going to read some of these comments and yeah. There was a clip of a different show, and Travis was like, get on the stage. This is Travis' show. I don't give a fuck. Like, so fucking entitled. Yeah, right. Hey, Goose. Is that you?
Yeah, I just wanted to mute the other one really quick.
Even if the people that caught him, it's effing not right. It's not right, period. It's not right, period. He should never have said that. But at the end of the day, that kid didn't have to do it either.
Right. And that kid, I mean, yes, he ended up becoming paralyzed, but he could have landed on somebody else's neck. He could have killed somebody. He could have broke their bones. Like,
exactly.
You know, I was, at least when I watched it, I was like semi-thankful that he was smart enough to go down the ladder a little bit, because I was thinking, oh God, is he going to jump from like right there? Because if he does, he is going to potentially kill other people if they, if he lands on them. The other thing I was thinking about was, they have like the sound, like it's sound eliminating, like the like earpieces that they put in. And so, he might not have heard the people in the back, but I was thinking about this as a whole. Like, there were so many other opportunities. Like,
I love you too, D2S. I love you guys. Okay, go ahead. I want to hear what you have to say.
Like, the girl who went up onto where the camera was, and she was like, you gotta stop, no, you don't understand, there's somebody who's dead, like, you gotta stop. And that girl, she really composed herself. I'm sorry, but if I got up there and that guy wasn't listening to me and I was witnessing that stuff, I probably would have grabbed his ass and pulled him off the stage, because that was just, I'm serious, because you know how when you get into that fight or flight mode and it's literally life or death, and you just do things that you wouldn't normally do, and because that, I feel like that guy should also be held accountable somehow. Like, I get he's not going to have the money and stuff that like Travis Scott has or whatever, but he chose to ignore that, and then things got a lot worse. And then you have Travis Scott stop when the ambulance, like, or it wasn't even an ambulance. Wasn't it like basically like a golf cart type thing? Because I never saw like a full on ambulance like driving in the crowd. Like, I thought it was just like a little putt car. So but he's like, like, kind of has them calm down. But I don't remember him like ever kind of making a big issue about like, hey, you guys, everybody, let's scoot back, let's give them some room, and take some time. Like, it was like he was rushing them. And maybe this is me, maybe I just saw like a bad clip of it or something, but I was under the impression that like he was rushing to like get the person and the ambulance thing out of there. And I don't even think that they were really out of the area before he started again. And then I think that's when he said, I want to hear you like shake. I think it was, I want to hear you shake the ground or something like that. Cause he said two things during it. He said, oh, make the ground shake. And then he encouraged people to rage. And
Right.
then there's the part, so there's the people in the back. Okay, probably couldn't hear that. Then you've got the ambulance part. Then you've got where they're literally, body surfing the guy out to get him out of there. I guarantee you he had to have heard or seen something, because there's even some people have talked about this in the comments. There's pictures going around of Kylie on the side. You can tell, even though she has a mask on, you can tell she's super worried. Like she had, she had their daughter at her.
Picture.
You haven't seen it yet?
No.
Okay, I'll try to find it and I'll send it to you. It's
Okay.
So, and also originally they had Stormy, and of course she had like a big pair of like little, like headphone things, like this to protect her ears, which was smart, even though I thought it was a little odd to bring a little tiny child to something like that. But then she was gone. So like, I'm pretty sure in the picture of just Kylie, where she looks like she's looking down on the crowd, even the woman in front of her, like it would be like if you're facing Kylie, like to her left, that woman even has a worried look on her face, and Stormy's not there anymore. So I'm like, because a lot of this happened pretty quickly, and because I think somebody said something like he performed for like an hour and a half or something, but when things started, he went on to perform for like another 45 minutes. So if he performed for an hour and a half, then he hadn't performed for that long prior to the first events happening. And then of course, with him saying like, let him in, come on guys, come on, and just having him rush in. And I feel like, okay, yeah, maybe he didn't hear the people in the back. That's realistically, he probably didn't, but he had so many other choices. And then like when the ambulance left and he was telling everybody, put your middle finger in the air. And I thought he was saying something, like, I could be wrong, but maybe somebody in the comments remembers. I swear he was having them chant something like fuck you or something like that, like afterwards, or fuck it, or I don't know, I can't remember, but it was like everything he did, like that weird singing when they're carrying the guy out, and then to say that and to shake the ground after all that, it's like, dude, what are you doing? Like, are you literally trying to just cause more chaos during all of this? And yeah, people are like saying, oh well, he's trying to contact the families now, and he wants to pay for their funerals, and he's going to help pay for their therapy, and he's just trying to go through the respectful way of getting in contact with them if they want to. He's using a liaison or whatever. And I'm like, that's the least you can fucking do, is pay for their therapy. And honestly, I think a lot of other people who didn't even get injured are entitled to therapy, because there's going to be probably thousands of people at that concert that now have PTSD and probably won't ever go to another concert again in their life. There's going to be triggers from that concert. Like, I mean, it's, yeah.
And then
I just
too.
Say that again.
He is paying for the funeral costs.
Yes.
He is paying for counseling. However, there is something that some people found out, that the people that he is partnered with to do counseling for people.
Oh, so they don't get to choose their own person.
Getting paid to do that in the first place.
Wait, say that again. He's choosing the person, and then they're just volunteering their time.
It's an organization that he is telling people, to get free counseling. You can get a month free of counseling, but he's already with that company.
Oh, hell no.
He's already with that company. It should be, wherever you want to go, you guys, I'm going to pay for it.
Yep.
I'm going to pay for it. And another thing too, you guys, is, even though Travis Scott definitely, I don't know what the hell, I personally think he was possessed. That's just my opinion, and we'll dive deeper into that. But what I do want to say is, there are more people involved with this that are also need to be blamed. Live Nation needs to be blamed. They organized the whole venue. Okay. Also, the people who literally are stepping on each other, not protecting your fellow man, and literally saying, fuck you, I want to get close to Travis Scott, my God, whatever. Literally trampling over each other to see Travis Scott. Let me tell you something, okay? There are a lot of people to blame, not just Travis Scott. Yes, he is to blame, but other people are to blame too.
Yeah, that's why
Period.
I was coming up.
And people just want to blame okay, you're right. He is to blame, but so are other people too. Because at the end of the day, those people were acting like fucking crazy people.
They were literally like cattle that get trapped and then like like attacked, and they're corralled in like a tiny little area, and they can't get, like when a wolf comes in almost, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And they can't get out, and they just start. I mean, the way they did that, when I was looking at the drone footage and everything, it was just so. I'm just thinking about like the people there. I'm getting like almost like hyperventilating, just putting myself in like that position of like how terrified you must have been, even when you got to the side. But those freaking barriers, I noticed they're almost like, if anybody's had one of those really big above ground swimming pools, they have these really large like braces and brackets that go on the outside. So they keep the metal like gates, railings, whatever you want to call them, from being able to be pushed over or bent down or anything like that, because they're reinforced from the opposite side. So here you have all these people, and the height of them too. I mean, it wasn't like it was like to your waist and you could like throw your body over. It was to most people's chest. So you were like smashed up against it. You couldn't like, there's no like, I mean, I would think that a lot of people are going to learn from that concert how they need to make sure like there's exits.
I hope so.
They're dancing on top of ambulance trucks. These people, a lot of these people, there are a lot of people to blame.
Yeah,
okay,
indeed.
And that's the part that makes me mad, is that people are, yes, we all know that Travis Scott's to blame, but how about other people that need to take responsibility for their actions as well?
Yeah, like the people who are in charge of, like, I watched this gal, she was doing, I think I might have sent it to you, Teaya. There was a gal who was the security thing, and it was
the security
super weird. Yeah, she
before the concert even started. The security wasn't it. Well, it was definitely not allowed to have 50,000 people.
Yeah,
and they still did 50,000 people, and I'm very shocked at that.
Yeah,
that they still did the concert after the police and the fire people all said no, it's unsafe. Like here, you have to go through many stages before you can go through with your concert. And if the police or the fire department says no, it is no. And trust me, you will not get to start your festival or concert or whatever.
No means no.
I'm kind of wondering, how could he even start? I mean, the police must have been there.
No, there was, like I said, there was a police officer, I think he was a sheriff, that went and seen personally Travis backstage and told him he did not like the energy of the audience, of the people. He's like, he had a bad feeling, and obviously Travis Scott didn't pay attention to that either.
It makes me wonder if like the
probably
people
was already high.
They had people hanging in the tree. Kept going. Right. Thank you, Don, for bringing that up as well.
It makes you wonder, like,
oh my gosh,
if some of the police people, like, what happened with that? Did some of them I mean, I'm just throwing this out there because you don't know, and I'm just throwing out all scenarios. Like, did some of them potentially get paid off? Did they just kind of gang up and be like, no, we can't do this, the crowd's going to get even more mad if we don't do the concert, then they're really going to rage, like all the excuses. But like for me, I feel like
I'm sorry, but if one person passes out, the concert needs to be stopped.
Absolutely.
Okay, one person is maybe a bit.
there might have been people think that if they would have ended the concert, people would have gotten upset and then they would have had like a riot. However, I feel like if Travis Scott, the people, the person that they came to see, that they look at and idolize, if he was up there saying, we have to end this show, listen, there are people that are dying out there. They aren't going to riot.
The energy that you put out is what's going to be contagious to the people in the crowd. So if he's like, even with the ambulance thing, what if he had just taken a little bit of extra time, told everybody to kind of chill out, turn the lights on? I thought at one point he turned the lights off, but I think that was another concert where he freaked out, turned the lights off and ran out. And then like the people couldn't see what was going on. And that's when I think he got arrested for inciting a riot or something. But like, what if they had just done an intermission or something, you know, like, yeah, I get you don't usually do an intermission for a concert, but like there were so many things. And
there
like the people who put like, let's say like obviously, yeah, like Travis is probably not in charge of like, you know, the security people and stuff like that. But so the people who are in charge of security, like, I'm sorry, but you usually have, like, think about when you go to a bar or you go to like a bar in like a big city or whatever, and the bouncers and stuff that are there, you usually have like decently sized security people so that they can actually handle and potentially manhandle people if necessary. They didn't have that. Like, listening to the one gal speak, her dad was in security, and her dad called her and her cousin because they were looking for extra people so that they could end up having like 500 security guard, quote unquote, security people. And it's like, these security people weren't even like, I'm sorry, but like strong enough or tough enough to actually deal with a crowd at a concert like this. You know, it's like, I mean, it's just so shocking. Everything.
The whole thing was unorganized. They didn't have enough medical personnel. Like, literally everything was complete. It was almost like it was meant to be chaos and turn into tragedy, which is sad to say, but it's true. And I agree with you, DTOS. But I don't think there would have been a riot if Travis Scott would have been up there, the people that they idolize, and said, listen, you guys, there are people out there that are
dying. Yeah.
Yep.
Indeed,
I really do believe, because of the way they idolized him and how they were trampling over each other just to get to him in the front, I really do believe that they would have been fine. I think if somebody else would have announced it, it would have been different. But Travis Scott.
Oh yeah.
No, indeed.
Like if he would have been a coward and like ran off stage or something like that. And I think I was gonna say one other thing. Like, you know, he put out the video, which I didn't like it at all. I did not like it. I didn't think it was. I don't know. He should have waited. I get that he felt like he should have said something, and then Kylie put out a statement, and that actually made me mad because I was like, you know what, that might be your baby's daddy, but like that wasn't your concert. Like that was his concert, so you should not. I almost felt bad for her because I feel like she probably was like, you know, we need to put something out. Like, and so she was like, oh, I'll just do it, you know, and or he was like, you do it, you're better, you know, like whatever, you know, like something.
And
then
you're a woman, they will
it'll come across
accept
better
it from you. Yeah, maybe he
and then it's like putting the blame on her.
I think in the video of watching him, I personally think that was a mistake for him to do, because he just looks detached, just like he did on stage. He looks detached, like completely oblivious to anything. You know, I really do hope that there was a lesson learned with this, because let me tell you something. Some of these celebrities ain't shit. You're idolizing these celebrities, and it's like, look at how much
they are also just human.
Exactly. Yeah. They're human. Exactly. And people just don't look at them as human. They look at them as, you know, gods. I'm telling you.
As someone else. I don't know.
What'd you say, Lynn?
That they look at him as someone else.
Yeah.
I don't know. I personally don't have someone who I look up to, who is a celebrity.
Right.
So I can't speak for myself or for someone else. Yeah. And I also wanted to share a story what happened here in my country.
Go ahead.
I think it was 2015.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, everybody knows that. I think that everybody knows that Belgium has a lot of concerts.
Yeah.
Because
I
people
think I know
from
what you're
all
going to talk
over,
about too, but go ahead.
not Tomorrowland, but I know that a lot of people fly internationally to Tomorrowland. But so I think it was 2015 or 2014, and I was still with my ex-boyfriend,
Mm-hmm.
and he went that year to the concert without me.
Mm-hmm.
I had no problems with that, yeah. And suddenly there was a huge storm over
Wow.
the festival, and so
Mm-hmm.
they were like, we had like 7 tents, so 7 different people always performing,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, also a lot of people passed away
Mm-hmm.
at that festival, and a lot of people became paralyzed because a pole flew on them
Oh my
and
goodness.
on the wrong spot. And from the moment that they saw that one person was injured, they completely stopped it. Of course, it was a hell to get the people out of there. And I also asked my boyfriend at the time, like, I was trying to reach him, but of course I couldn't reach him because no cell service, and I was getting worried. I was like, oh my gosh, he passed away. No, Lynn, don't think that. He hasn't passed away. You just can't reach him. I was talking to myself the whole time, and I was so happy when I heard him. And he was saying like, yeah, when you were there, you didn't realize that it was that bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
Yeah, that's what some of
he came home and he saw the images on the news, and he was in shock himself. He was like, what? I
Yeah.
was there?
Right.
He was like, whoa.
It's shocking.
Yes, indeed.
Mm-hmm.
Was it this one that you heard of, Teaya?
No, the one that I'm thinking of is actually, I think it may have happened in Europe where a lot of people were crushed by a stage. The stage collapsed and people were crushed. A lot of people had died.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
And even before we end this, I'm going to show you guys just examples of what you are supposed to do and why I don't understand for the life of me why Travis Scott didn't do what a lot of these other artists do when it's a huge crowd like that.
I'm gonna
Okay,
go ahead and hop down to you.
yeah, same. So you
I was
can
gonna.
go ahead.
I thought it was also really weird, just really quick, that they didn't. That a lot of people were saying their cell phones didn't work. There was like issues with cell service, and that was just another thing that is extremely dangerous too.
It
For something
is.
at a place like that, and
To be
maybe
Right.
he was trying to do
honest,
that to
here at a concert,
not have people
at a
film, but
festival, you almost never have cell service.
Really?
yeah, that would be
Really,
scary.
yeah. It's super scary. Like you're trying, like if you split up with your friends, you have to, immediately say, yeah, let's come here at this ball together at
Mm-hmm.
4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, whatever,
Right.
because you will never be able to reach each other if you're both on the festival part.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
If
how
one
the
is
meeting place or
outside of
something.
it, then maybe, but otherwise no. Which
All right.
has always been very scary to me when I went to festivals. So yeah.
Yeah.
Just
This
so
whole thing
scary.
is just devastating.
Yeah.
All right, talk to you later, Tia. I'm gonna hop down.
Thanks
Yeah,
for coming
me
up.
too.
Thank you
Of
guys
course.
for coming up.
Of course. Bye bye.
Love
See
you
you in
guys.
chat.
Bye.
Bye. All right, you guys. So we're gonna wrap this up, but I just want to show one thing. We are gonna do a part 2, maybe 3, 4, who knows. You know, I'm definitely going to keep up with everything that's going on. Dutch, they're thinking, Tia, are you talking about the love parade in Germany where people died in that tunnel because it caused bottleneck? I'm not sure. That might be it. That might be it, Dutch, but I'm not 100% sure. I know that there was a festival, maybe a concert or something, and the stage collapsed and people got crushed. That's all I really know, but I'll do more research on it. If someone was able to get in there, would have been so many people. Exactly. And I think it was Jennifer K who brought up, what if there was a fire? God forbid. Like, but I want to show you guys one more thing before we wrap this up, and we will continue with this. 1 second here. Wait, let me pull it up first. It's just easier for me to Okay, I want to show you guys something real quick before we wrap this up. Here's one with.
As experts in online education, Purdue University Global gives you all the flexibility you need.
One of my favorite bands. I love Rage Against the Machine, you guys. One of my favorite bands. And I'm just going to show you guys just examples of what Travis Scott should have done and what the fuck he was thinking. I have no idea.
Some people think that because they're at a show and because there's women dancing and trying to have a good time, that it gives them the right to tear their fucking tops off when they're trying to have a good time out here. That's fucking bullshit.
Okay, everybody back up. There seems to be a medical issue. Make some room so the professionals can get in there, guys. Everybody good? Is everybody good there? Is he all right? Okay, okay.
Hey, pepper spray anybody. Whoa, they're just having fun. Whoa. This is a rock show. This is what we do at rock shows. We just spray fun. All right, Greg, can we do anything? They're taking that kid, those two guys away. They're just having fun, man, really. feel, anybody? How's it feel, huh? Look at him, look at him, look at him, look at him. I know I'm looking over my back. It's like, hey, yo, hold up.
Another one of my favorite bands.
Hold up. Yo. We got a little problem up here. Pick him up right
Everybody
now.
up. This makes me want to cry. I absolutely love that man, Chester Bennington.
Yo, man, we know we've been stressing all night about being cool, and this is the reason why. Let's go over it one more time. When someone falls, what do?
First, so make sure you guys stay nice and orderly over in this area, okay?
You guys, in conclusion of this whole situation, I don't know what the hell Travis Scott was thinking. Like, I don't know. And we will dive deeper into this. One thing I do try to look at is that he's always had a very, very huge crowd, but I just don't understand what he was thinking. And like I said, I just feel like he was not there. That was not Travis Scott there. And I'm not making excuses for him in any way, shape, or form. What I'm saying is that this man is completely lost. To sit there, to stand there. Okay, you see one person pass out and you're humming auto-tune bullshit. But when you see the second person, it's time to shut down the show. And he had complete power to do that. And he didn't. And I just don't understand what he was thinking. This was 100% preventable. And everybody's talking about it. You know, I think it's almost starting to get a little bit overwhelming how many people are talking about it. But I wanted to talk about it for a number of reasons. And to be honest with you, I don't know if Travis Scott is going to be able to come back from this. I don't know. I know he is supposed to perform at Coachella. And I'm pretty sure I think people are already saying that they don't want him to perform or protesting and stuff like that. He did have a couple concerts scheduled. They are canceled. I don't know how he's going to come back from this. I feel like we as humans are very forgiving. We forgive people. That's what we do. But I'm talking about the lawsuits that he has coming his way is crazy. There are going to be people who probably didn't even get hurt that are just going to fucking sue him because they have PTSD from this tragedy. And my heart and prayers go out to everyone, all the lives lost, everyone who was injured. Like, I can't imagine. Can you just imagine? That was a birthday present for someone. Someone bought tickets for a Travis Scott concert and gave it to somebody. And they went to that concert and they had to experience the trauma of that entire situation. It is so sad, you know, and like I said, there's a lot of blame to go around here. There's a lot of blame to go around here. And that is one of the things that, you know, shit, the truth hurts. Okay. Yes, Travis Scott is to blame, but so are a lot of other people too. So are a lot of other people. And in no way am I making excuses when I'm talking about, you know, the dark side and all of these things. But there was so much symbolism, you guys. Even and what's crazy is, why is it that the Simpsons always predict this shit? Why do they always predict stuff like this? It's crazy.
predictive programming, you guys. All of these things, they're real. And if it's something that you don't know about, educate yourself. It doesn't hurt to just educate yourself on things that you may not be interested in, but a lot of people are interested in what happens. So therefore, do some research, because there are a lot of, there's just so much symbolism, you guys, that it's insane. And a person that is not a conspiracy theorist obviously wouldn't see, but the things that they are doing now is so blatant. It's just so blatantly obvious. These celebrities don't even care no more. They used to hide it in plain sight. Now they don't even do that shit anymore. They do it right in front of your face. All of the symbolism, we are going to talk about that. We are also going to talk about just, is he gonna, I just don't see him. I don't understand this whole thing. I've always seen Travis Scott as a very dark individual. Not necessarily dark, but he seems like a very much introvert and keeps to himself, very quiet. He just always seemed like that type. But when he got on stage, he was hype. And I always thought that that was cool, how he could hype the audience up. But when you dig deeper, you know, he's not that nice of a person. He really isn't. And you have all of these young people who idolize him so much. I really, really feel like he loved that he was idolized and he had that much power over his fans. And it's just crazy to me. And we will continue. I'll continue to keep you guys updated. I am going to do a live either Friday or Saturday, which will be part 2. And we'll talk more about the symbolism. We'll talk about the Simpsons. And there's something else that I want to talk to you guys about too. And we don't worry. It's going to be something that I kind of heard from Isaac. And I feel like a lot of people aren't talking about it. And I want to bring that up. Thank you guys so much for being here. I think what really, really stands out with me is that most of the people there went into cardiac arrest. Anyway, continue to pray. It is Dear Terms of Service. His laugh is super weird. Thank you so much, Michelle. Thank you for being here. Thank you guys all for being here. Thank you for participating, talking. Hopefully next time one of you guys will have the courage to come up on panel. I promise I don't bite, but I understand it is a little bit, it can be nerve-wracking to come on panel, but it's good to get your voice heard. I like to hear different opinions. So there will always be an open panel when I'm talking about this, you guys. If you want to send me anything, my email is, I'll put my email in the description. Thank you to my amazing mods, especially Goose. You've been amazing today. Thank you so much. And I hope to see you guys back here tomorrow, the next day, whatever. And shit. I was supposed to do my makeup tutorial Thursday, but I might have to push that till tomorrow because this live went over. So I apologize for that. But every Thursday I do a makeup tutorial. And today I was going to do skincare, but I will just do that tomorrow because skincare is important. I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for participating. Thank you for hanging in there with me while I'm pulling up all this stuff. And pray, continue to keep everyone in your prayers, you guys, from this tragedy. Also, please even keep Travis Scott in your prayers too. It may be hard, but yes, you need to do that because something ain't right, you guys. And please keep this Ezra. I hope I'm saying his name right. We will talk about all the victims as well. The 10-year-old little boy who is, they had to put him into a medically induced coma because he had so much damage. Please pray for him, you guys. Keep him in your prayers. And I love you guys so much. I will see you guys tomorrow. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your night. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to spend with little old me because your time is precious. It means the world to me. Make sure you subscribe before you leave if you haven't already. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about this, especially if you catch the replay, #replay in the comments. And let me know if you think Travis Scott is going to come back from this. Ezra Blunt. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but please, please, please pray for this little boy. He's so, so cute. And oh my gosh, my heart, like, can't take it. So I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Okay? Sleep well. Thank you guys so much for being here. And what else was I going to say? Make sure you give me a like or a thumbs down, whatever. It's all interaction. And you guys mean a lot to me, and you always make my day. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your night. Bye. I got to do the outro. I always do the outro. Love you guys. Bye.